All new on Wink News, everyone's been affected by bullying in some way. Either you're the victim, the bully, or a witness.
Wink News is taking a deeper look at what some lawmakers are calling an epidemic in Florida. Haley Hines joins us now with what's being done to stop it in our local schools.
This month we brought you the story of Nick Shriver, a Naples teenager who committed suicide. His mother said it was the result of intense bullying, especially online. Well, Nick's story struck a chord with many viewers. You asked, who is responsible and what is being done to prevent this from happening over and over again? From law enforcement to schools to lawmakers, we went looking for answers.
The cyberbullying on Ask FM, that's the part that really broke my heart.
Arlene Shriver's son Nick is gone, but the hurtful words directed at him online remain, warning signs that her son was in trouble.
We lost a special man.
April 15th, 18-year-old Nick Shriver shot himself. His mother now lives with the fact that other students knew what was going on, but didn't say anything.
Maybe it's a lesson that anybody who thinks that somebody is at risk, they need to tell somebody.
Do you think seeing the recording is enough?
No.
Corporal Sandy Springer is a youth relations deputy at Pine Ridge Middle School. She says hallway, schoolyard bullying, that hasn't changed much. But throw in social media and smartphones.
It has really just exploded. The kids aren't using Facebook anymore. That's a dinosaur to them. They've got all these apps that are dangerous. They allow anonymity.
She's making a plea to parents to open their eyes.
Parents need to have that phone at night next to them on their nightstand charging every night. And when you have it, go through it.
In the Collier County School District, punishment for bullying ranges from positive behavioral interventions to suspension or expulsion. We wanted to know how many times this has happened, but we're told student discipline is confidential. So the question remains, is school punishment enough to deter the bullies?
Bullying is an epidemic in the state of Florida right now.
Even state leaders are stepping in.
We're trying to thread a very fine needle to be able to say there is a penalty for a repeated pattern of hostile, harassing activity.
Last year, Representative Heather Fitzenhagen proposed House Bill 451, Rebecca's Law, in response to the suicide of 12-year-old Rebecca Sedgwick of Polk County. It would essentially make bullying a crime, either a misdemeanor or felony, depending on the severity. But legislating something like that isn't so cut and dry. This month, House Bill 451 died in the Criminal Justice Subcommittee.
We don't want to create a bigger problem than the one we're trying to solve. We don't want to criminalize kids' behavior that doesn't equate to bullying. Just because someone says something unkind on the playground.
Fitzenhagen plans to file legislation again in the upcoming session. With a few tweaks, she's confident it will pass.
Truly, it breaks my heart for Rebecca Sedgwick. It breaks my heart for Nick that in many instances, these kids were all alone. They didn't feel like they had anyone to turn to.
In the meantime, those devices that can so easily hurt can also help. Collier students can send anonymous bullying tips online to the school or via text to Crime Stoppers.
We jump on those pretty quick.
They get about 3 or 4 a month.
The culture in the school needs to change. And one way to do that is not to be a bystander, to be an upstander. Because you never know, you may save someone's life.
Now, there are upstanders in our schools, even among some of the youngest. David Nee and Nathaniel Miller, both third graders at Cape Elementary, and second grader Katie Blackwell of Pelican Elementary, were honored at this month's Cape Coral Police Do the Right Thing ceremony for standing up to the bullies and trying to end that culture in their schools. They certainly deserve that special recognition. Even so young, they can teach people of all ages a big lesson. In the studio, Haley Hines, Wink News.